Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are going to talk about, I don't even remember what we're going to talk about. Doing some fancy stuff in Photoshop. So we're going to get to it in just a second. Let me go ahead and share my screen and do the important announcements. Dun, da, da, da. We have first announcement. The West Coast School slash PPC online auction is up and running. We have all kinds of cool stuff on there. In fact, let me go to the auction site. We have a signature book from Miller's valued at $150. The Bay Photo 16 by 24 acrylic print. Current bids at 55. Oh, a 20, is it 2300 or
Yeah, $2,300.
2375 ruby and diamond pendant donated by Michael Sauer. A couple of think tank certificates. We got a membership certificate to PPA. We got an imaging certificate from PPA for the next Imaging USA. 1,600 credits from Evodo. ZNO has donated a $200 certificate. We got 2-hour mentoring with Karen McCall. I won one of those at Texas School. I can't wait to use it. 2-hour mentoring in Lightroom with Mr. Dan Holmes. 2-hour Photoshop mentoring with some dork named Michael Collins. And we'll probably be adding a few more in there as well. So you definitely want to bid. Here's a QR code if you want to scan it with your phone so you can start bidding now. Or wait, don't call now. Here is the code for getting in through the website. go.eventgroovefundraising.com/EB Edward Boy or Echo Bravo 25 Delta 6/campaign/details.
And it's in the chat too.
It's in the chat too, so all you got to do is click on it and start bidding, and we'll raise a lot of money for scholarships. So that's what the whole thing's about, is scholarships. Plus you get to win a few cool things. So
100% of the funds, 100% goes back to West Coast School scholarships.
By the way, Michael, just so you know, I'm the one that put in the bid for you there at $30.
is it at $30 right now?
Yeah, $30.
Okay, I will go in and knock it up to 35.
So
That
Michael, if I win, are you gonna visit me or do I have
There
to
you
visit
go.
you?
You look in the details, the
okay. Here,
details
there is a catch to
Zoom.
this, Dwight. It's either via Zoom or you pay my transportation costs to get to you. I'll pay my own hotel room, and I'll even up it to a 1-day Photoshop mentoring if you
Uh,
pay my fare to get over there.
I'll find you a spot on the beach.
Southwest is running a 50% off. I saw today.
Who is?
Southwest is running a 50% off airline tickets.
I always see the Southwest flights say $30 to anywhere you want to go, and I check from Boise, and the cheapest one's like 179.
Yeah, right. That's what I found too.
Yeah. So anyway, we are recording, so I got to keep this proper and in check. Okay, let's go back to sharing screen again. And last but not least, for those that haven't signed up yet, this
One more
is
slot in Mike's class.
one slot available in this class. Photoshop 0 to 60 in a week. PPC members pay $950. PPA members pay $1,000. Non-members $11.75 unless you talk to Mel for the Mikey discount. But you have to act now because it starts this weekend coming up. So I am excited. It's going to be a fun week. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to have fun. And it's West Coast School. So let's get down to business. First thing we're going to do, open this one up. This was shot with my cell phone because I knew it would do something really cool. I haven't played with it yet. I just did this in my daughter's front yard because I like the colors of the flowers. We've talked about this in the past. In fact, we talked about it about a month ago, um, which is creating something out of nothing, which is this. This is definitely anything but a stellar image. It's just a photograph, some flowers with pretty purple. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to actions and I'm going to go to swirl, click on play, and let it run. And what's really cool, it does some really cool things. I've said cool about 10 times. I am tired today. I need to get about an hour's sleep tonight, make me better. And what I like to do after it comes up and finishes, I like to go back a couple steps just to see what works best. So I go to history. Actually, that looks pretty cool like that. Twirl, go back a step, go back a step, forward. I think I'm going to go with this one and call it my final product. But before I go to final, I'm going to flip. I like the left side where it has this swirl on the side there. So I'm going to go from left to right, click on flip left to right, but it's not done yet. This adds some contrast to it. Nick filters, tonal contrast. I'm just going to run straight out of like that. And just for fun, let's see what happens when we do sharpen AI out of Topaz. We'll go back to history, and this is before, after sharpen. I kind of like that. Is it done? I don't think so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add another layer. But before I add the layer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the Option or Alt key and click on Create New Layer on the bottom right of your Layers panel. And if you hold the Option or Alt key, we're going to call this Burn, because that's the plan is to burn it in a little bit. Mode, we're going to change to Overlay. You can use Soft Light as well. And I always fill it with 50% gray. It doesn't matter, because even if you have 50% gray in there in overlay mode, it doesn't show up. If I put it in normal or any other mode, you can see that it changes. Soft light and overlay, it does not change. And I'm going to take this area here, hit my B for brush, and that's not the brush I want. Soft round brush, D for default, which brings up my black brush. Opacity right now is set to 100%. If I paint with a brush right now at 100%, it goes completely dark. We do not want that. Hit the Oops key, Command or Control Z, and I'm going to send it down to about 20% just to see what we got. Make a little bit bigger brush. And what that does, it makes it.
You did this earlier, Mike.
What's that?
You did this earlier.
I've
Looks
done this a few times.
Yeah, looks great.
So what that does, it makes it look like it has eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to crop it, C for crop, and I hit clear on the top up here, so I just have no crop set up right now. And
Very cool.
just kind of put a little crop on it. You don't have to do the standard crops on a regular basis. Hit OK. And so we have after the swirl, I should have done, well, let's do this. History. You've got before, and after.
Huh. Pretty good.
Let's go ahead and do a little bit more to it. So let's go ahead and go to our camera raw filter. If you want to do that, you can go to filter, down to camera raw, somewhere down there it is, right there. Or you hit Command or Control Shift A, and that'll bring up camera raw filter, and it only does that top layer. So let's go ahead and make a spare layer on top with everything on it. So Command Option Shift Control Alt Shift E. The whole left side of the keyboard and the letter E will merge everything and put it up on top. Now we'll do the camera raw filter. Go to our masking tool, go to radial gradient. And I'm going to inverse my gradient. I can either hit X to invert it, or I can click on this invert button right here that inverts it. So we're going to do this, and then we'll go to our light and exposure. I'm going to drop the exposure down a little bit. Make sure you have a good feather going on. Right now I have mine set at 71. 70, 71 is where I normally stay with my feather on that. Click OK. You would never know that it was feathered. In fact, that's probably a little dark because I lose everything on the outside. And let's go to camera raw filter one more time. So we'll go to Command Shift A. I said camera raw filter. Where are you at?
Your top layer is hidden at the moment or
That
turned
would
off.
explain it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay.
There we go. Let's go to color. And we'll bump the saturation just a little bit. And you could play with your colors to see what you like. I like the original color. And when you play with this, a lot of times the original colors that you have from plants and plant material work together because nature says, I'm smarter than you and I know how to make something look pretty. And so here's your final product. So we have beginning to final product in a matter of seconds. If you have a large file, this is shot with a cell phone. So if you have a very large file, that swirl technique does take a little bit of time. In fact, it takes a lot of time. But this is pretty cool. It looks like a face right here. And if you want to put in eyes or whatever, you're more than welcome to do it and have fun doing it. I'm not going to save that one. Go back to bridge. I tried it with this and it just didn't work good. The colors just aren't vibrant enough. This would be, well, let's do it just for fun. Amazing with the colors. Bump our saturation right now. Open. And then we'll run the swirl action really fast just to do it. I said, we'll run this really fast. Really fast.
Michael, can you share that action with us?
I can.
That'd be wonderful, yeah.
So
$29.95 on and it's yours.
You'll have to look at the steps. I'm pretty cheap.
if you come to my class, you will get it for free.
I'm coming.
I know you are.
Sunday night. Oh, that's better. Yeah.
So how would you guys like to flip this? Do you want top to bottom, bottom to top, left to right, or right to left?
Right to left.
Any other votes?
Sold.
right to left.
Yeah, you have more color that way.
Yeah, you got that little
Exactly.
area right there. And let's take a look at bottom to top just for fun. I don't think I like that as much.
Almost look like a baboon face. Almost. It needs some eyes.
Yeah, it's really cool how you can get absorbed in this and get lost doing things. Go to layers, go to crop. And we'll do a tonal contrast with Nick 8 filters.
You could also do your light and dark and center there in Nick and maybe not have to do that other step.
Yeah, you could do light and dark. I used to do that all the time, but I've done the other step in Camera Raw so many times lately that I really feel like I have more control that way.
Mhm.
Oh, that's Topaz. No, I don't want to do it. Don't save. Went to the wrong filter. Color effects. Yeah. Light and dark and light and center. Where is it? There it are. I should have a star next to it because that's one of my go-tos. And with dark and light and center, you can change so the center is brighter or darker. Border luminosity, you can go down, go up.
And also change the location of where the center is.
You can also change the center size, or let's say you want the top right, like Mel was saying, if I click on the top right, that goes brighter, the rest goes darker. Or click back on it again.
Michael, I see you have Nick 8. I didn't even know it was out. Is that a big competitor with the Big 7?
It's not out yet.
Oh, it's not out. Okay.
It
No,
actually is, and at West Coast School, there will be a Nick 8 available, and there's also a discount code that we will have at West Coast School.
Oh, cool.
it is out now.
Will that discount apply to upgrades too?
It only applies to new customers.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course.
Yeah, they were not very amenable to what I wanted.
It looks like a little angel in the center.
Almost
Yeah.
looks like a spider there.
She looks like a little angel with her arms up.
Yeah. So you can get some really different effects just playing with it. You can also get lost. It's like going down the rabbit hole. How many months did we kind of
Quite
get
a
lost
few.
doing this? I know
Quite a few.
Sandra did this, I can't tell you how many times, and
Yeah,
added it to images. Mel and I sat there for months doing this. This one would look wicked cool on a metal print.
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, like a flame.
Save. Let's see. I think it's under photos, twirl book. Okay, it's saved in my twirl book. I'm going to make a book out of these and make the pages in the metallic print.
I did that actually.
And who would I have print my stuff for me? I think I will go with Miller's to have them print for me.
Or you can bid on that $200 Zeno gift card.
You can do that.
Yeah, you got some options.
I do. I could put it on an acrylic print through Bay
Bay
Photo,
Photo. That's right.
but obviously I would definitely be using Miller's. So
How would that look on glass? Would it go on glass?
it would look really cool. I I have a lot of these. Well, let me go to photos. Twirl book.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it's that one too. Yeah, that one looks like one I've done.
I mean,
Yeah.
all these are like wicked cool.
I
I
imagine
just,
they look better on an HDR monitor. I have a standard monitor, so
I wish I had an HDR monitor,
yeah.
but yeah, I just kind of collected these as I went, and you can see the original images.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
this looks like a waterfall kind of thing.
Cool.
That's nice.
I'm totally out of control. Anyway, back to where I was. Okay, we're going to do this one real quick, I hope. What I want to do is I'm going to take off one hand. So let me take off the big hand. So I'm going to take my lasso tool. And then I'm going to fill with the background color. I think it's white, but it doesn't look 100% white on my screen. So, and it's not 100% white. I was correct. So I'm going to fill that. And the keyboard shortcut for that is Command or Control, backspace or delete. And that filled it up. And I want to make sure that that's a nice circle there. So I'll just get my brush, B for brush, hit X to go. And you can see that color is not perfect. So before I unselect that, let's go here again. Select that, click OK. We'll hit fill again. There we go. Now I'll deselect it. Come down and just paint with white. And if you notice, nothing painted very well there. First thing I did is went up to my top toolbar and said opacity, 20%. So I hit 0, which will give me 100% opacity. And just kind of paint that in real quick. Paint over the sides there. Let's go ahead and fill it in all together. That color's not perfect for me. That's okay. I don't care. So what I'm going to do is select the black. Easiest way, select color range and just click on the black and it selects my black. Hold the shift key and make sure it's all selected. Click OK. Now my black is selected except for certain parts. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll add, well, let's just do this. Let's get a brush, make it a little bit smaller. And what drives me crazy is when people go up to their brush tool, get the size, come down, nope. Get the size, come down, nope. It kind of sort of drives me a little on the batty side. So let's go ahead and make it just a touch smaller. And then I'll just fill with that black. So I'm going to make sure I got, and a shortcut, all you got to do is hit Option or Alt when you're in your brush tool, and that'll bring up the color picker. And it is not doing what I want it to. Why are you not doing this? Because I have a selection. Duh. Command D. If you're on a selection, it will only paint in those selected areas. In fact, let's go ahead and make it a hard edge brush. Interesting that my brush is not painting the correct size. But to me, that's close enough for what we're doing right now. I'm going to make a selection out of that, so we will do it the old-fashioned way. Select subject. Now it's selected the whole thing. That's selected. I'll do a Command J to bring it up on its own layer. And I'm going to make a new, in fact, let's just do a Command C to copy. We'll make a copy of that. We'll make a new image to work with. Let's go with 10 by 8 with black. And I'm going to paste that in. So Command V will paste. And I want to put that in the middle. So this is rotating around the middle. The fastest way to do that is go to View, Guides, New Guide. And you're going, okay, vertical position is 0. Let's make it 50% for vertical. And that put my guide. Hopefully you can see that down the middle. We'll go to View, Guide, New Guide. And we'll do the same thing for horizontal. We'll do 50% horizontal. And now you can see right where the center of the image is. So if I zoom in, you can see we have the center right there. I'm going to hit V for move. We're going to move this bad guy to where he's centered over our target area there. And then I'm going to do a Command or Control T, which is free transform. I'm going to take my dot that's in the middle, and if you can't find the transformation dot, come up here to make sure in your toolbar on the top it is selected. If it's not selected, you don't have a chance to do this. So it's selected. Take my transformation dot, put it right on the middle of that. I'm going to rotate this to straight up and down. And to me, that's close enough for what we're doing. Hit OK. Now comes the fun part. John Powers, pick a number between 1 and 10.
13.
Thank you. Okay.
6.
13. 13 goes into 360 how many times? Thank
I know
you.
the answer, but I won't give it away.
I know the answer too. I just did that in my head. So what I'm going to do is Command or Control T. And I'm going to come up to the degrees up here. And the magic number would be 20. But why do the math? Let's go ahead and say 360 divided by 13 equals that far. But I did it wrong. Let's undo it. Command Z.
Oh,
I got to make sure when I do the Command T that I move my dot down to the middle right there. It's right on the money. Now if we do 360 divided by 13, it's going to be that many. Hit OK or return, and now it's locked in. Okay, well, I want to make it happen again. I can go through Command T, do the same thing over again, or if I hit Command Option Shift, Control Alt Shift, for those on a PC, hit E. Why did you not do that? Command T, Command Option Shift. It's not doing it. Why are you not doing that? You're making me mad here. It should just go ahead and make a new layer and do the transformation again. We go backwards. History. Delete layer, free transform, free transform. Okay.
You have to make an action in between.
No, I should be able to transform again, and it should do it again, but it's not doing it. So we'll go back again. Okay. Let's do Command T. See, when you do it live, it doesn't want to play sometimes. I'm going to drag my circle down here. And we're going to go 360 divided by 13. Click OK. So we got the transformation done. If I hold Command Option Shift or Control Alt Shift T, there we go. It will do it over and over and over and over and over and over for you. And that's how you can make little stars and shapes and all kinds of stuff. So let's take the first layer is copy 12. The bottom layer minus the background. Hold the Shift key and select all those layers. You can do a right click and group. Somewhere in here is group. New group from layers. Or keyboard shortcut, Command or Control G. G for group. Command G. There's now one group. I'm going to add let's do a gradient on top. And style, radial, and let's do I want something bright. Give me something bright. Let's just do pastels, I guess. We'll pick this one here. Call it good. And then I'm going to hit the Option or Alt key so that we link the two layers together. So you can see that when I do this, there's a down arrow, and basically what's called is a clipping mask. And so I can move the top layer, V for move. I said I can move the top layer. Then again, maybe not. I was going to move the top layer around to put the colors differently, but it don't want to play, so. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea. You get a chance to play with all kinds of different shapes or flowers or make your own things. The guy that really does this a lot is Joe Herkel. I mean, he loves making those and has a good time doing it. So now that I've screwed up 1,000 times and I need to go take a nap and get some sleep, anybody have any questions while we're still going? Okay, let me wake you guys up. Let me stop the recording real quick. For those that are watching on the recording, make sure you subscribe and hit like so we get lots of views on this.